I'm gonna start. Hello, I'm gonna start recording. Hello, welcome to Nix Hour Discovery. So this tutorial, this tutorial continues from. This tutorial continues the file set. So the working with local files tutorial. And I gotta say, after yesterday, I still, this will take a while a bit. I think I will have to go look at the library that in Finicil wrote and look at the code and need to go through the examples. I feel like, I will go through the tutorial, and I'm just talking this from my experience. I'm not trying to criticize the tutorial. I think it's a good tutorial. And it's also good in the sense I can follow it along. Sometimes you do a tutorial or something and then you understand it a bit later. At least that's how it is with some things. So like we were doing the trace and then the difference. To be able to copy both files, we had the hello text and the world text to the output. Add the whole project directory as a source again. Yeah, I kind of understand all this, but it's somehow not, fluid in my mind. Nix build, hello text, goes to Nix store. If you run Nix build again, the output path will be different. The difference function subtracts one file set from another. Yeah, that's what difference does. The result is a new file set that contains all files from the first argument that aren't in the second. Use it to filter out result by changing the source file's definition. So we remove this and we put fs difference results. So this is the problem. So there is this tracking issue on Nix packages with this kind of a problem that needs to be substituted with some new, functionality. So this is what I'm going to try to do at least. So this is also something like a really nice part of Nix packages. I mean, sometimes people say, the Nix language and everything, but it's not just about, yeah, I'm not explaining this well, but it's kind of, you can, work on packages and you can work on, like in Finicil did here, this library that has sort of say that abstracts over some of these operations in a functional way, and you can write a library and help many people along. You can also work on that level, which is kind of nice, especially if you come from Haskell or you like to model things, build things, like model how things are built. But I guess also you will need experience with packaging, right? So me coming and not having experience with packaging, I conceptually I understand what's going on here, but yeah, well. We reached the part with the missing files. Removing the result symlink creates a new problem though. Well, let's just continue. Yeah. rm result, nix build, error lib file set difference. Oh, so let's go to the dev file set. So we had build nix, default nix, hello text, result. So if it says if we remove result, all right, we don't have a result, and then I do nix build, stack trace, Error, lib file set difference. Second argument, negative set, home, stable file set result, a path that does not exist, is a path that does not exist. To create a file set from a path that may not exist, use lib file set may be missing. But why does that have to do with the result? While calling a functor branch condition. This is interesting. Follow the instructions in the error message and use may be missing to create a file set from a path that may not exist, in which case the file set will be empty. Source files. So that's our build Nix. So first we had the fs difference, and now we're going to put fs difference. Because we moved the result and fs may be missing result. Well, I understand, but why is it? Okay. Fs may be missing result. All right. Just a second. So fs may be missing result. This now works using the whole directory since result is not present. Oh, I see. So if I do Nix build now, it works. Another build attempt will produce a different trace, but the same output path. Another build attempt will produce a different trace, but the same output path. A different trace, but the same output path? Okay. A different trace, but the same output path. Let's see. The trace, all files in the directory, trace, build Nix, default hello Nix world. What's the store path? Is the same. That's good. Union. Explicitly exclude files. There's still a problem. Changing any of the included files causes the derivation to be built again, even though it doesn't depend on those files. There is still a problem. Changing any of the included files causes the derivation to be built again, even though it doesn't depend on those files. Oh, okay. So it's like if I had a file, build Nix, default Nix, hello text, Nix, world text. Is it if I change any of the included files? Echo build Nix. Again, Nix will start from scratch. Append an empty line to build Nix. So if we do append, if we append an empty line, right, to build Nix, and Nix build will start again. Yes, and we got a new hash. One way to fix this is to use unions. Oh, this is cool. Create a file set containing a union of the files to exclude and subtracted from the complete directory. Well, I gotta unpack this. This is create a file set containing a wait. Let's open build. So create a file set containing a union of the files to exclude and subtracted from the complete directory. Fs difference. We're still gonna keep maybe missing, right? Oh, but it's formatted in a bit different way. Fs difference. So it's like this. Fs difference. Oh, also source files. Yeah, this is Fs difference. Fs difference. Fs maybe missing. Result. All right. This makes sense. Oh, I have to put Fs unions. Let's do something about this. Fs unions. Default.nix. What else? Build Nix and Nix. Oh, okay. I get it. I get it. So we're gonna close this. Wait, I have to be like this. I gotta be faster with Helix. Expecting a binding like path value. Changing any of the excluded files now doesn't necessarily cause a new build anymore. So this is not the end of it, so I have to delete this. All right. Okay. This makes sense. So Fs union of maybe missing and default Nix, build Nix, and Nix. Fs difference. Yeah, this is like playing in a REPL with, you know, numbers and operations, but this is like with files. Yeah, that'd be interesting to like play with this, maybe in a REPL, like with a couple of, will that be possible to play it with, to play in a REPL, changing any of the excluded file? All right, so if we build this, this derivation will be built. Hello, text. Oh, okay. So if I add something to build.nix, it just won't. I added something to build and it's still the same. Oh, well, now I get some tiniest idea, like feeling. Changing any of the excluded files now doesn't necessarily cause a new build anymore. Nix build, right. Filter, we like filters. Why? Because we like functional programming. The file filter function allows filtering file sets such that each included file satisfies the given criteria. Use it to select all files with a name ending in Nix. Oh, I see. Source files, Fs difference. So this is nice because it really builds. I'll really need more practice with this, but I like how it builds with two files. And yeah, this is kind of like, this is actually how when Infinicil does his stream with Nix Hour, he does stuff like this. Like he makes kind of files and then he does operations on them. or he makes a very simple derivation and he changes it. He always shows something by creating something, but something maybe, you know, that's kind of useful to show the functionality. So in some sense, this smells like a tutorial from Infinity. So this smells. This came out. Okay, it's not smelling. Build Nix, default.nix, build Nix. So this is the same thing, right? And we're gonna add as extension Nix. So use it to select all files with a name ending in Nix. Filtering file sets, such as each included file satisfies some given criteria. Is the criteria given? I guess not. File. So we're gonna put here fs file filter file, and file has extension. I wonder how is this with autocomplete parentheses. Yeah, okay. Let's just stay on the subject. Fs file filter file has extension, and we're gonna write Nix. Close the parentheses. This has to do with the. Oh, I see. We have to write that too. Oh, you see, this itself is like functional programming. So we have a function, fs file filter, that takes an argument of this type, meaning the file has extension, and applies it to this, and then we get the value, something like that. Yeah, this does not change the result even if we add a new Nix file. What does that mean? So we do a Nix build and touch new Nix, and it does not change the file. So it filters Nix files. Interesting. Notably, their approach of using difference explicitly selects the files to exclude, which means that new files added to the source directory are included by default. Depending on your project, this might be a better fit than the alternative in the next section. Explicitly selects the files to exclude. Yeah, I'm gonna need to study this even. It's like you understand the words, but it's just still not flowing. I need more examples. Union, explicitly include files. To contrast the previous approach, unions can also be used to select only the files to include. This means that new files added to the current directory would be ignored by default. To contrast the previous approach, unions can also be used to select only the files to include. This means that new files added to the current directory would be ignored by default. Create some additional files. All right, we're going to create mkdir source. Now we have a source directory, and we're going to touch touche build.nix, no, build sh into the source and select, I don't know this, select C or H. Oh, I don't know this. I'm terrible at bash, I guess. Oh, what's going on? Let's list this. Select C, select H. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, H creates 2 files. Then create a file set from only the files to be included explicitly. Build Nix. Oh, we're going to put that inside here as well. Create a file set from only the files to be included explicitly. Oh. So we're going to open our build Nix again. Oh. Is there like a theme? Wait. No, theme. Grew box. Oh, nice. Dark. Hard. Yeah, maybe dark hard. This is nice. All right, I'm gonna keep this. So, standard environment. Brew box. So fs lib file set. Well, I feel like I'm really slow with this. Source files, fs unions. Right. Oh, I have a... Oh, this is different. Fs lib file set. Right. Then source files. Oh, this is all different now. So fs unions. Source file is fs unions. So we're gonna put like this. Fs may be missing. No, we're not gonna put hello text, world text, build sh. This is completely different file. Source files, fs unions, fs may be missing result, it's missing. And okay. I'm gonna delete this and start writing again. So we have a, okay, we have a hello dot text, we have a world dot text, and the union of build sh, yeah. And then we're gonna fs file filter. And then we're gonna do file. File has extension. Has extension what? C. Or. I guess that's an or, yeah. That's the Boolean operator or. Or file has extension. It has to be. Can't you? Why do you have to? Why do you have to write this twice? File has extension. File has extension. File has extension. File has extension. H. And that and source. So, and we close the parentheses of fs file filter, and we close the fs union bracket, and then we continue with in. Okay, and fs trace source files, this all file set This all stays the same post install, yeah. So if we save this and then Nix build, what's gonna happen? Syntax error. Oh, we did some kind of a... All right. Lib file set. fs lib file set. Maybe I can just like... Can I put this away? No, I can't. File set. fs union source files, hello text, fs filter. I'm missing something here. File. Oh yeah. fs filter. I was almost sure I wrote a... Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So file, fs file filter, the parentheses. All right. Let's try now. And it built. Okay. Yeah. This is... Put it like this. Ah. All right. The post-install script is simplified to rely on the sources to be pre-filtered appropriately. Yeah. Only the specified files are used even when a new one is added. Touch source selecto readme Nix build. So only the specified files are used even when a new one is added. So let's add touch. So let's add into the source. We can selecto, and let's add a readme. And if we would Nix build again, all right. So I guess you can understand the problem. The tracking issue in Nix packages that needs help that I talked about also yesterday, where it's recommended to use this file set library, is I guess there are all these files that are making the builds being rebuilt. So, and so where's the tracking? Wait, let's open up my tree style. The tracking issue. I think it's this source file set Nix packages. I don't know if I'm gonna find feature request. 6 months ago. What's this? Oh, that's when he presented. Oh, this is interesting. So this is like the history. File set combinator base. File lib file set to source. Lib file filter. This is like how we did and merged. Like maybe missing. Okay, let's check this out. Maybe missing. Another split off from motivatable. It's a common describing a use case. This PR adds a new function to lib file set. Maybe missing as a type. From path to file set. Create a file set from a path that may or may not exist. An alternative this, but we decided against that. Good point. The name suggests a parallel with lib optional bool a list a, but there isn't. This is good to study. This is great. So it's not just study the final code, but you can study how he actually built the library. And look at this. There are all these discussions going on. Just a moment. All right. So yeah, it's really interesting to follow the changes. Status unsure. Oh, these things are still open. This is kind of cool. Bug. So this is a proposed addition to Nix built-ins to improve file set library performance. Oh wow. Add a way to control inclusion of empty directories in built-ins path. So this is the built-ins path is already is like it's a functionality included in the Nix itself. That's why it's built-ins. So this is implemented in C++. Is your feature... It's currently not possible to efficiently import a path to the store while not including empty directories that would be filtered out. The only way to make it work at all is using recursive readdir calls as done in and my recent file set combinator work. Supporting this would also address... I see. Describe the solution you'd like. A way to control whether empty directories end up in the result of built-ins path. Include empty-dir path bool. I guess this could be phrased as whether to include a directory that's empty or filtered out, even if it would be returned empty, similar to git adds behavior. Default true. Not possible to efficiently import a path. It would expect the loss. So Robert is another really cool Nixer. Really inspiring. All right, so I would expect the loss of performance to be insignificant compared to the overhead of actually doing the store I/O. Okay, I see what he's comparing. I guess we don't have a readdir cache, which could achieve a similar performance improvement without complicating the built-ins. I think file sets work just fine with it. Are you still encountering a problem because we lack this as a built-in feature? In my view, these built-ins are primitive operations that are best not to be used directly, except in libraries and the Nix packages lib. Specifically, keeping their interface and implementation simple is good for reproducibility and for alternative Nix implementation. I see. You're right. The time isn't greatly affected. But memory is the main problem. It's not a blocker for file sets, but it's just inefficient when it could be much better with premop support. To measure the potential impact, I wrote an optimized Nix code implementation of such an extra proposed include empty-dir argument, kind of copied from Nixos Nix packages. Wow. And benchmark the total memory usage. Implement this. He's really professional. Wow. Only directories, random, no default, everything. No premop with empty, non-premop without empty. Well, this is... yeah. Script. Test. Oh, wow. There's no answer to it. So yeah, this is a lot. So these things are still open. It looks like it, right? This is the sign that it's open. So you can work on these things. No unassign. Did think of this while developing. So there are these open issues. Wow. So this is important file set library tracking issue. So this is important, right? So these are two things that I was saying. So you have this Nix packages, source tracking issues, remove all source that include their own Nix files. Yeah, this one. This is the one. So remove all source entries that unintentionally include their own Nix files. I guess 13 out of 39 tasks. So derivations that use source will be rebuilt on any change to the Nix file that includes them, including formatting changes. So that's what we've been doing now. Like we excluded, we made new changes, and then the build was not affected. But we change, yeah. So these are like some of the files from the packages. There are probably even more files. Right? So if we click on, let's say nano, let's say this is a library. And look at it. So we would have to change this. All right, this is kind of a nice way to contribute. I kind of like this personally, to be able to continue. And good first bug. So this is like, okay, this is, so I need to study more of this and then try to finish the tutorial now. All right. So this is how you can contribute, you know, except just trying to, you know, maintain a package, which it's not bad in itself, but maybe you're like interested more in stuff like this. So only the specify, okay, we added a file, matching files tracked by Git. If a directory is part of a Git repository, how long is this going on? 38 minutes. Okay, that's nuts. Am I recording? Yeah. If a directory is part of a Git repository, passing it to Git tracked gives you a file set that only includes files tracked by Git. That only includes files tracked by Git. Oh, that's like Flakes, you know, when they just track files by Git tracked. Create a local Git repository and add all files except source select O and result to it. All right, are we in file set? We are currently in file set and we're going to create git init using master empty initialized empty git repository in home user file set git. Okay, why do I keep getting these messages? Names. See, this is something, wait, I'm gonna try. Can I remove these hints? How do I remove these hints? Like, I keep getting these hints in Git. How do I remove them? To stop Git, you can configure the default initial branch name globally. Oh, yeah. Main. Run the following command to set the default branch name for all new repositories you initialize. Replace name with the branch name you prefer, such as name. That's the global Git configuration to use main as the default branch name instead of master. From now on, when you write git init, Git will automatically use main. Git config global init default branch main. But probably there's a way to... How am I... Yeah, now we are gonna do home manager or like... Wait, ls... So... How is my Git configured? Is it here with home manager, neovim, extra config, helix, git, username. All right, programs git, enable true, username, stable joy, username. Maybe I can do it here, right? How do I do it? Okay, let me copy this. Oh, I cannot copy this. Do it like this. Oh, nice. This is how you make comments. Oh, I wanted to like copy it. I declare my git with home manager. Is there a way to add this global init default branch there? So let's just fix this. Home Nix. Yeah, I don't have a home Nix. Yes, this is what I have. User email, your name, settings, init, default. Oh, settings, right? So we're gonna have settings. Okay, settings. And we're gonna have init. Again, another bracket. Init default branch main. We're gonna close this. Any other global setting can be added here. We're gonna close this. And now, oh, it's showing I have two. Any other additional, all right. Was it? It's nice to have this mic thing, like mute the mic. There are two bindings. How do I check this? In Helix. Helix is showing with yellow 2 dots. Helix editor is showing 2 yellow dots in the corner, which means I may have a formatting issue or some syntax error in my Nix code. How do I see what those yellow dots represent or where they are? Yes, external language server, resolve the issue. Check, how do I check for linter messages? Yes, and surely, yes, it's running because it's showing. You press diagnostics. This should bring up list of issues detected by the language server. Manual inspection. Diagnostics. Diagnostics. No such command. Yeah. Oh, probably it's gonna show here. Yeah. Home manager. Why is it with packages? Home manager. Home packages. Yeah, not sure what's the mistake here. And it's here also. Why do I have this? Unused binding. I have an unused binding. Config packages. Wow. Yeah, it's showing unused binding. So I have an unused binding in config packages. Why do I have an unused binding? Home packages with packages. Yeah, I'll need to check this later. Home packet NeoVim. Yeah, I don't use this now, NeoVim. Kind of. All right. So let's get back to this. So we created a Git init. Oh, I've saved it, right? Let's save it. And let's rebuild. That was the whole point. Sudo what? Sudo nixo. Sudo nixos. Rebuild switch. Let's rebuild it. Does not exist. Default branch. Definition values. Oh, the ChatGPT gave me the wrong thing. Now it won't. You see, don't believe everything with this. Programs, Helix, Git, settings default init. Well, we can just check it here, right? Like home manager, Git, home manager, Git Nix. And you see sign module. So this is a module that lets you configure Git, primitive type. This is kind of also interesting to study. Type the default GPG, sign, type, include module, path, description. Options, programs Git. So this is what we have, programs Git, right? Enable, package, Git package to install, username. So this is kind of what, like you have here just one line, right? Right? The username stable joy. Okay, so just the username, and look at this. So username here is mk option and curly braces. So then attribute set that has a type, default, and a description. Default username to use, default null. All right, and type is types null or type string. So this is interesting. Types null or type string. I think these are like NixOS modules, or I know that they have types. User email, right? So let's see. User email. Here I wrote my email. MK option. So if you would make, if I would make a module, I would have to define like this options that you can. So types null or type string. Default null, description, default username to use. Aliases. Oh, these are cool aliases. So let's remove this actually. Let's remove this, what I did before. I think it's this too. Yeah. So use your email aliases. So what are the aliases? I think Infinicil uses pretty nice Infinicil my system configuration. Wait. I need those actually, right? Get this, get that. Config. Go to file, search. I can search, so GCM. I know that's probably one of the, yeah, module ZAs. This is it. All right, programs. Oh, he has it defined in his shell, not in Home Manager. Yeah, so you can define it. Maybe it's better to define it in ZSH.nix. Oh, he has a module for ZSH.nix. I don't have that. I have a file. So this is something, yeah, I still haven't really environment shell aliases, exa, group directories first, color scale, oh, his exa, not eza. Okay, ls, exa, l, exa, lh, t, exa, lot, cat, but, oh, has but, icat, kitty plus kitten, icat, Nix shell command, zsh, pech, Nix instantiate eval, Nix, these are kind of good. Nix shell, ns, Nix build, get ga. All right, so we're not gonna. It may be better actually to put it in zsh. Git fetch. Yeah, that's his. Yeah. Okay. Export bot config monokai extended. So that's the theme, monokai extended. Oh, that's his theme, monokai extended. Right. I used to have Xmonad and now I'm on Plasma, but I really like to get back to Xmonad. So let's not have this, but let's see. Yeah. User email, aliases, aliases, signing, extra config, example, description, books. Is there here what we're trying to find? In content, ignores, attributes, includes, get large file storage, LFS, diff, background, color, display, delta, package, options. Option, decorations, diff so fancy, pager, changer, strip, Unicode, ruler, config, home packages, assertion, username, generators, ignores, identity. Oh, this is a big module. Programs. Wow. And I don't know. Great. Well, let's not. I'll have to study this more. Let me see if this works. I was supposed to finish the tutorial and now I went sideways a bit. But that's normal. I guess, with Nix OS. Okay, it works. So let me create a local Git directory, right? Reuse this selection of files with git tracked. So am I making a new build, Nix? I'm not sure. Create a local Git repository and add all files except selecto and result to it. Git init, git add. Let's see. So we did a git init, right? We have a git init. I'm just looking at this. Kind of similar. All right. We have a git init. Initialize empty git repository. Git add. We're gonna add all. And then git reset. Source. Selecto. And result. What does that mean? There are two files. They're like not included or what? Create a local Git repository. And add all files except selecto and result. Git reset. Result. Git reset. Reuse this selection of files with git tracked. Now reuse this selection of files. Okay. Do I open the build Nix? Source files, fs unions, fs, yeah. Do I just, I'm not sure. What do I do now? Do I delete here something? Like, this? Fs source files. No. Source files, fs git tracked. Really? Git tracked? All right. And now, will it work like this? And Nix build. Oh, wow. What happened? Regular. This includes too much though. And not all of these files are needed to build the duration as originally needed. When using the flakes and Nix command experimental feature, this function isn't needed because Nix build by default only allows access to files tracked by Git. Yes, that's, yeah. However, in order to provide the same developer experience for stable Nix, use of this function is nevertheless recommended. Intersection. So this is where intersection comes in. It allows creating a file set that contains only of files that are in both of two given file sets. This is where intersection comes in. It allows creating a file set that consists only of files that are in both of two given file sets. Okay, that's the intersection basically. Yeah. It's like AB and AB, AB and then CD, and the file set is ABCD. That's the intersection. Select all files that are both tracked by Git and relevant for the build. Source file, so we need to go into the build.nix, fs intersection, oh, this is now different. Am I deleting it again? Yeah. Let's try like this. Source files. So fs intersection, fs getrect, and fs unions, and hello text, no, without this, yeah, and world text, and build sh, and source. So this should work. Yeah. This will produce the same output as in the other approach and therefore reuse a previous build result. You know, I kind of think, you know, like a visual, you know, video, what I'm doing now would be much better to learn these things, but it should be done fast so that you can see how these things are like kind of yeah, well, it takes time. Conclusion. We have shown some examples on how to use all of the fundamental file set functions. For more complex use cases, they can be composed as needed. For the complete list and more details, see the lib file set reference documentation. And next we have the Nix OS. Learn how to configure, install, and deploy Nix OS. Wow, Nix OS virtual machines, integration testing, building a bootable ISO image, Raspberry Pi, continuous integration with GitHub Actions. This is cool also. Docker images, Terraform. Wow, Nix OS virtual machines. Yeah, this is going to be a really cool tutorial as well. Let's just see the Nix packages manual. So that's a great way. So lib file set functions. A file set is a mathematical set of local files that can be added to the Nix store. Easy and safe to use, providing obvious and composable semantics with good error messages to prevent mistakes. Overview. Yeah, combinators, filtering, utilities. This is nice. Example. Yeah, I'll study this more. I guess you need to like think through. At least me need to think through. What's this? Haskell paths. Type. Paths. Yeah, this is really deep. I wonder if Nix Hour tweak. The Nix Hour. Yeah, like you can go to Nix Hour on GitHub where we can, you know, post a question. But you can search for it actually at thumbnails. But exad. You can search the directory. Let's do file set. Look, code 34 default Nix trace val. So this code was used in the episode 34. File sets. Oh, interesting. So what's the episode? Nix Hour 34. You see, that's how you can find Nix Hour Python with packages file sets. All right. Let's see. Intro, Nix Hour. What is the difference? Nix shell. The beginning, we're talking file sets overview. 14 minutes and 36. Still not ideal. Current state of things. Oh, I gotta watch this. Filtering out object files, filter files, functions, trace union. This is wonderful. You see, this is a great way to find stuff. Like you go to Nix Hour GitHub repo, file set overview and summary. So there's like 45 minutes. I gotta watch this now. Okay, I will not record this because there was a like weird sound. Like the sound was not really the best when I was recording me watching the Nix Hour. So I will actually just watch this now. Yeah, Nix Hour 34. I will, let's share this, copy it. I will copy it in the description actually of the file set tutorial. Yeah. So yeah, I can do this later. I'll just add it to the description. So along with those other links. All right. So that's it for now. What's this? 1 hour and 7 minutes. All right. Bye-bye.